Choose up to one companion. I choose Lurus the Cat as my companion. Clearwater Pathway, Drowned Catacomb, Soulgate Lantern, Drowned the Log. Could call this hand a combo hand. Rapid Pools. Removal is actually fine against my deck because my planeswalkers are creatures too. Let's say cast Valkis. From this end it feels like I should take off though because I have so much creature removal. Might want to say this for playing red to be able to play Valki as a Valki. Well, rather not Valki. Not sure if it's beneficial to Thoughtseize right now, actually. Kinda isn't. Also playing this on red is a little bit conservative, but I know, it seems like to win this game one I probably need to play Tibalt as Tibalt. Dodge the removals, so I don't want to let it go. I'm playing the cycle there, so guys. Cycle both sensors. Guess wants to hit land drops. Drowned the Log is famously not very good against Dig for Time. I think I'll play Lurus. The tragic real life story of Belle Delphine. Rewind. Okay. That's okay, like I want to get a counterspell with the Lurus. Because it would die anyway, so I get my point to spend a removal spell. A counterspell on it, right then a removal is kinda okay. On the other hand, it's 3 removal spells now. So this kind of a race to whom's draws Dig. It's also pretty sick that my opponent's playing Rewind in their deck. It's kinda weird, isn't it? Here it is. So my opponent can start chaining Digs and then we probably can't really beat that. At post where we're gonna be positioned fine as we have cheap creatures that need to be answered. Well, we have much more of interaction. Unfortunately slightly less than I would have liked because yes, keeping something more for sharks is gonna be okay. Portal's a card. What could it be? Well, either the counter spell or the draw spell. Obviously. Well, draw spell it is. What is that? When 10 cards deeper into their deck. Okay, we did chat. To the Shark Typhoon. You want duress, soul guide, counter. And you want to remove thirst, downfall, event, and slightly more cards too. But we're gonna need to keep 2 pushes because of the things. I don't know if my opponent stack has any planeswalkers. Maybe I should keep the downfall. Maybe I should have the downfalls instead. They for sure have sharks, and this is so much better than downfall is against sharks, though being cheaper, especially since I have planeswalkers in my deck. I'll keep the pushes. Maybe some Gear Hulks, maybe. Drown the Lock can kill those two, although unreliably. Especially Drown the Lock, Soul Guide combination. Okay, I should have had 1/1 probably. Be smarter. Since I don't know. I'm playing Dig Through Time deck. I think I'll mulligan this. Try to get a... like this, these are pretty useless. Try to get a turn 2 Jace. Okay, this one has a combo, and if my opponent cut down on removal, combo can be quite good. Gonna be this card, just a dispute, so it's pretty unreliable. There's also a 1-lander, but an opt is gonna... an opt a day keeps a 1-lander away. Yeah, I really don't want to get disputed on my opt, so... I've let them cast theirs, obviously. Also keep loose hands when I'm sleep deprived. I'm not. Okay. They have Fatal Push. Potential Gear Hulk acquired. -1 Fatal Push, +1 Gear Hulk. -1 Pathway. And I'm absolutely going to counter my opponent's draw spell. I deploy it. Now, I could Thoughtseize, but then if my opponent rewinds, that is not good for me. So I will clench my buttocks and hope that they didn't draw a removal spell. Just a rewind, which you can dispute. Probably playing main disputes would be smart for this deck. Fatal Push and a Clearwater Pathway. Don't know which belongs to whom, but one gets to play Dig now, but we can Thoughtseize then. You could just release it, they rewind though. No, but then they get to cast a Dig immediately to find maybe an answer to a Planeswalker. So I do it the way I did, where it's more assured that I'm going to get 2 activations out of my Tibalt, which is pretty valuable. Mustache, mustache, mustache. We flip 2 lands. Yeah, let's take their Planeswalker answer, which they have a Hero's Downfall, so we're gonna take that. If they draw a land for the Gear Hulk, they're gonna destroy me, so... But try that they draw a land, we lose. Can grab Lurrus to my hands, that's something that I almost missed. Will they? Doesn't seem like. Okay, thank you for clenching, chat. Were they dead? I guess I would have ulted Tibalt and I would have had... Yeah, they were pretty dead. Because we can ult Tibalt, release the Tibalt, another Tibalt. Yeah, they were pretty dead. We ult. Yeah, I said a lot of clenching this game, certainly. -1 push, +1 free mana removal spell. Definitely missing an extra dispute also on the sideboard. I was lucky to draw both. Now we're gonna be on the draw, so the Jaces are not gonna be that easy to... No, you don't get to like play Jace on a play and kinda destroy your opponents. Crown Catacombs, kinda awkward. Okay. I think I would like to Pathway and Duress. This is partially because you can take the draw spell from his hand. Fatal Push, Dispute, Jace. Okay, since there's 2 answers to the Jace, I will just take the Dig for time out of this hand. Could try to fight over the Jace with 2 Duresses, but it seems way too hard. What do you think about the opponent's what to wish deck? What to wish deck? You mean like Waffle tap wish? Probably should save the Duress for the next turn. Can draw another discard spell and then it would be punishing. I have 4 more Thoughtseize in the deck, so I will cast it now. Trading it for a Dispute is gonna be okay. I think I trade for a Dispute. And I will fetch for an island and pass. Okay, since we have 2 Jaces, let's play Jace and play another Jace. I suspect Watto always Wapotava playing the Black Control to 8th place finishing last in his challenge. I didn't see the deck, but if you link it to me, I'm gonna take a look. Alright, now please don't tap the deck for time. Fatal Passage, Fatal Push and Snow-Covered Islands. I think that Fatal Passage was played, so we don't actually know anything about their hand right now. If I hit the land, I'll play it, so I guess I'll opt now. Do I want a land? I don't think it's better than dig for time. So I'll dig towards that. Release the wind is okay. Wind, I guess, not wind. Okay, no powerful roster, that's good for me. I'm gonna take a look, I guess right now. Only 3 DX, 4 Shack Typhoon. It seems like what my opponent is playing right now. I like control decks with a win condition more so than those without it. Notion Thief is interesting. I think I want to keep the Stroke. Also don't think I'll Thoughtseize this turn actually. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Oh, minus last, that's kinda bad, but... I'll play the Valki right now. Is opponent playing since it's Sabotage? We haven't seen that yet, no. They're playing in Negate. You can't put Tibalt to play using Lotus, right? No, you can only play Valki. So we negate and they land. Next turn we Duress from our graveyard and then we potentially play Tibalt. Deck for time is a really good draw for them, obviously. Wasn't use a negate. Yep. Yeah, I guess I like the card names Disable Stroke the most. I don't love any of the strokes too much. PBH artwork wise. You probably have a spell in hand because they just dug, so. Oh, checkmate. Really? No chance I have a spell, and I would have taken a spell with his deck. Like, he foretold a card. That was a card from Dig. And, like, he doesn't have spells anyways, which means that I'm fine. So, I don't know about that really. Like, yes, I will Thoughtseize here to make sure that my game-winning play has the most chance to be game-winning. Rather than opt. I think that's proper play. Like, I would have taken a spell over a cycle land, so it's only reasonable for him to take a land if it's a cycle land. Yeah, I think that's how it is. 1 card at the bottom with opt, and 2 on the bottom will be held. Raise and borrower. Can duress again, then try to duress for a... then try to dig for a counter spell. I think both core and animate never worked in the first place. Yeah, they should not. Like, you need to be able to cast the card for free. If it says search for a creature, you get a creature. If it says like cast a creature, you get a creature. If it says cast a card that costs 2 or less, you get a card that costs 2 or less. So pretty rare that you get to actually do like all the things proper. I'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a chance the spirit's gonna be fine, and I just want cheap cards for update. I have a Tibalt, so I'm gonna Thoughtseize once again. Yes, really. Rewind, okay. Spirit Pulse is still in there. And we pass. Yeah, not really a huge fan of this rewind. It's funny because he's trying to make his graveyard bad, so that I'll dispute here because then he can find a Hero's Downfall and kill my Tibalt. Petty Theft, sure. Well, we counter the Decro time, so that's good. No lands? Where are the lands? Is Cat having fun? Yeah, she's having fun. I think she grabbed a pencil from the other room and playing with it. Decro time top deck, that's pretty nice. Yeah, he's looking for the destroy effect. Land? And what? Vraska's Contempt? Yep, okay. We're gonna play Jack Typhoon. It's pretty okay to deploy it right now. No hardcasting Typhoon? No. Hardcasting Typhoon. Oh, Blastorm can answer the Typhoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It takes more time. Yeah, pretty bad with Throne in my hands. Exile the Jace doesn't matter. I don't want to recast that once again. It doesn't matter. Okay, I think our game 1 matchup was quite bad because my opponent's removal was good, but post-board they had to cut down on the removal to compete with my counter magic, but I think the deck is slightly misbuilt and should have a few more cards against control. The actual discard looked good because then you can play those. You probably know that Reduke and Nomodynamic gets pretty often those big fun things on MTGO chats. Was just asking that you get them how often? Pretty often. The third Yorion? Fourth? Kiperoni? No, that is not the fourth Yorion. We played against one Yorion the last round, and what was our first round of this tournament? I don't remember. Ideally would get to Jace, Thoughtseize into Jace, but seems like we not gonna do that. I wanna know how often Kenji and Nomad get... Kenji and Nomad is the same person. Not a fun go freak yourself on MTGO, yeah, probably pretty often. By which I mean not that often. Yeah, round 1 was the Transmogre if you want, that's true. I think you should get a Swamp, although once again I should have gotten the Metal Caldame Swamp. I think I'd rather Thoughtseize first. Okay, they have plenty of answers to Chase. Is it Nev? They have Tolsimir. I think she didn't even push. morning. It's 2 AM 37, which I guess constitutes morning, as we have recently googled morning, and morning is apparently starting after midnight. A good morning, Perksis. Perksis is in Japan, you forgot. Yeah, but then he said he lied and he isn't, which I also did not forget. Alright, opponent, what you got? You got a forest, okay. You got 3 removal spells. Feels pretty awkward to play main deck Jaces against those decks, actually. Was it a Yorion summoning? It was. Well, I just uncheck the Yorion from their hands. I opt. This is not a deck through time. Honestly, like, I don't think I top a non-deck through time card. Or at least Valki. I'm gonna play this against Tolsimir my Jace because that will be embarrassing. This deck looks 0% versus red? I don't know. But 0%. I haven't entered the Golden Terrace in the sideboard, I can very easily win. Oh, but yeah, the sideboard is to be re-examined, I guess. The Time Zone of Love. I'm not sure, my opponent is playing the Incarnation deck, but they're playing very sizable amounts of removals. Only have 1 white for Tolsimir, but that's exactly the amount of white Tolsimir requires. And they play Yorion. Okay, they play Yorion. Okay, Yorion beat deck. That's 1 challenge Sunday. No Niv Mizzet. Splash Niv Mizzet. Okay, Niv Mizzet with those. I don't know about what's some of the choices that people make. You can't play SPTQ still. I can't. Score, you can see the score underneath the chat on screen. This is a Niv deck. Wow, some random dogs. Dog themed deck. Kuronos, Sarui, Abrupt Decay Federation, Kuronos into their hands. Really spooky. A lot of stuff. I mean, they don't have an answer to Tibalt in their hands, so we can maybe make a Tibalt. Now they have no Teferi, counterspells are really free against them though. No, they have a push, we can't do that. Unless we draw a land. Well, it should have taken a land. That's really not cash money. Take the Federation. And I've killed the Yorion, but it doesn't. I don't like my spots. This reminds me of the recent Twitter thread on what's the worst card you've put in constructed deck and done well. You think Release to the Wind is a candidate? It's certainly a candidate when it comes to the hardest to pronounce, because I keep saying Release to the Wind. Can't you Valki and Release to the Wind response to push? If my opponent plays into it, then yeah, but what if they don't? That's what I would be scared about. I'll play one now though, like maybe they will play into that actually end of turn. Especially since we take their Shimir. No, I Wonder Hands. Okay, Growth Spiral, Decay, Omen of the Sea, Extinction, and Fatal Push, I will for sure remember. Before it's gonna reveal the hand to me again. Wonder why Release to the Wind isn't played in Blue Tron, seems like a great combo with Ulamog. Yeah, I wonder too. You're pronouncing it wrong, it's Release. Release. That's what I'm saying, Release to the Wind. Like maybe I was not saying that actually. What? Release? I don't know. It's a card, chat. In my hand, we all know what it does. How sensible is it to play Omen of the Sea and live with it? Maybe it's sensible. Maybe they play Yorion instead of their traditional cards in that slot. Also, this versus Lurus is kinda rude. They don't have a spiral, they have a push, decay, extinction event. Okay. They have a push, extinction event, what? 3 unknowns? I guess so. Took a draw step and drew 2 cards. And they have a Tolshimir too. Well, I could Lurus into Valki right now. You know they have Tolsimir. I know. As I said, I know they have Tolsimir. Opponent's deck is really dog themed. Kuronos, Tolsimir, Sauruluf. That's at the same time Yorion is not really a dog. Which leaves me puzzled. Well, they only have one, no, they have 2 black. I play Lurus and Tolsimir, they can like Tolsimir kill my Lurus. That's not the greatest. I play this at kinda like... Oh, maybe I should just try to hit lands. But then I have those stupid release to the winds. Wait, kurwa mać. I have those stupid blink spells. It doesn't get hit by Extinction, Explosion, EE. Yeah, that makes sense. It's kinda hard for them to get value from. Similar this way. What's this? Binding of the Old Gods. My points take mono removal. This seems like a minus push, minus spiral. How does this deck vibe compared to Inverter? Somewhat. Not really Inverter. Like, not kinda that similar. The combo is doesn't blank removal spells, so it feels awkward to play versus removal spells game 1. Okay, they chose to Tolshimir. That means that they have Extinction even and Binding of the Old Gods in their hand, which means that they actually... I think I'll cast it now. And I'm going to exile the Tolshimir. They're gonna use the binding. Like, I could have waited to use the second release to the wind. For example, took a hit, like then done that right now, but didn't play the Tibalt immediately. Didn't have a release to the wind. My opponent has only 1 extinction in their hand, so... Feels like you really need something that's good with winds versus removal decks like Omens or whatever. Yeah, I kinda agree. That would be a useful type of a thing to have available. Jace deck for Value. I think I would rather cast a Dig than Jace right now though. Maybe should have took Plachis first. 2 bottom. Okay, like my opponent's somehow flooded and ran out of... Wow, 4 bottom. Now they're gonna top deck in the visit for sure. No chance they won't. Well, I guess there is a chance they won't. Black Omen is pretty cool, if not for the fact that you discard your cards. Yeah, that you exile cards with the extra times. Drown is really great in this situation. Just draw lands. So if you weren't exciting cards with Dig, I would be more warmer towards the Black Omen, but because you do that, I kinda am not. I think that's worth countering. What is awkward is that after you use Tibalt -8 ability, you can't counter with Drown the Log. That's not very good. You can cast Dig for 3 mana. Because we want the second Drown, right? Do we still have a Drown? No, we spent both, so I guess we can't. But still, we Dig. Don't know if you normally need extra help after that Ultra Souls. I mean, would be good to have a counter spell up. I still under Tibalt my deck, so even if they top back an answer to Tibalt, we should be okay. It seems like my opponent is on a draw blends only plan. Order a lure, by the way. We have enough value to win now. Sometimes it does ask me like how do I spend my mana, and sometimes it doesn't, which I find weird. Find mana. Okay, what you gonna find? Decay, the enchantment, and drown. I don't think I have drown anymore because I have exiled it to dig for time, maybe carelessly. Finding that you can't really win with your cards, always have to use cards which Tibalt steals. Well, you can win with... You can win with your cards. You can win with Jace, so somebody would win with the Jace. Jace's ultimate, I assume. But yeah, I assume that the mirror would be a little bit silly. Winning with Jace is kinda Pepega. It's a little bit hard to get to that spot because it is a planeswalker that needs to survive for a decent amount. Is there no good waste not Dex and Pioneer? No, I don't think so. I don't think there are any. Actually, it's 3 AM, I shouldn't have healed. So, conversely, the Twitch chatter shouldn't have healed. Is waste not even legal? Yeah, don't waste. Okay, finally. Took a while. I thought I was dead and my opponent is super full hand, but they flooded. I guess that their deck is gonna do that some portion of the time with no Ura because they don't have that Ura to replay every single game. Ethergast hits, like with no Teferi, Ethergast is much more attractive against their deck. Feels like I should have more counters that hits the Orion. Maybe the same full stroke is actually not too bad nowadays with not a ferry either. I don't know what Duress. I think Duress is fine, it like complements the plan pretty nicely. Also, it's possible that you could play some real more expensive threats instead of Lurus. Because the Lurus seemed kinda low impact. I was not impressed. You can go -1 downfall. What set is release? One of the excellent ones. Yeah, you could play the 5 mana Ashok in the sideboard. So is the deck any good? It feels pretty good. Like, except for the fact that Release to the Wind is not a very good card generally. You play control games, so you can just play Tibalt for 7 mana, that's kinda real. Yeah, you could play Coyotes versus aggro or something, given how weak Lurus is in this deck. Wind, is it not Wines? Yeah, that's what I said. Can you not use it with Nico Bolas? Question mark. 4 mana Bolas. I mean, 4 mana Bolas is a stupid card, I think. Not a very good one. It's also a blue-black deck, and it's splashing Tibalt off of pathways rather than a 3-color deck, so also not really. Should I keep? Get to 40s and they cycle a land. Pretty impressive. This is a Lurus deck, Pepega. Well, you can card Lurus, I think, because it's been very unimpressive. I think I'll Mool rather. Yeah, this looks better. I saw a list as splash 1k command worth it. I've seen the same list as you did, as it was like a single person, and I immediately cut red. Cut the single k command, cut the mountain. Will they finish the Triumph lands? Yeah, probably. Probably at some point. No, if I want this land. Kinda weird. I kinda would like a third land, but I probably will draw it at some point. Alright, YOLO Jace, please don't kill. Release Valki and Pod. I don't know what Pod has to do with it. It's 3 AM, I didn't realize how late it is for a preliminary to start at midnight actually. Kinda tired. Point didn't hear me saying please don't kill, they just killed. Puron is a problem, somewhat, and that is a creature that pressures. I think I'd rather take this in a cantrip, but it is actually honestly close. Release. This is soon gonna become dead, so I think it's a good target. Also dig through time. Going to fuel that. Grab my Orionus, okay. Kinda disappointed that opponent plays Caryatid instead of Wolf Heaven in the Wolf Synergy deck. Yeah. Honestly, the Orion is gonna be problematic enough. I'm gonna counter that. It is a kind of a not great move, but otherwise they play Orion, draw a card, and the 4/5 is problematic enough for me. Maybe they want to play it. Maybe we return to Alara someday. I think flavor-wise Alara got utterly destroyed, or rather merged into a single place. Can they play counter spells in their deck? They probably do. But still, I don't think I would like to. Like, I guess if you have a dispute, then show me dispute. Stuffing's Vita. I don't like when my deck for time gets Stuffing's Vita. Did I excel Jace? I did. Might have been unwise with my Lurus in hand. Congrats, this deck is so cool, I'm having so much fun watching it. I'm glad you are enjoying the stream. Not the Orion, no. Damn. Maybe I should have not played the Dig, and my opponent would have held the veto forever. After that, Kaneki tells us Lurus is not impactful. Yeah, I think it's not. Certainly, like, not my proudest play. Did they ban their works Marvel? No, it's just bad. Maybe 3 gas is a little bit too many with the fact that my opponent is going to draw Yorion. Well, I think I'll scoop because I will not beat this and I don't want to show them my deck necessarily. No show deck. It's not like I want downfall that much. Let's just not draw too many gas next time. And we are on the play, we can go Fotsies Jays some portion of the time. Release the Yorion. Not very great for me. I think release to the wind would be better if you could have cast the card regardless of who was the owner. Judges don't like when you show the opponent your deck. Why wouldn't they? The rules like suggest you to, then I don't think nobody would have a problem with that. Also, everyone is playing tons of Unported and Pioneer. But they banned all the combo decks in Pioneer. So, like I mean, I'm playing a deck that's somewhat weak to the cards, so I'm just a little bit molding, of course, but Lotus Field is still a combo deck, yeah. Is it really played though? I guess it appeared in the stats occasionally. Don't kill. Oh, fuck you. Don't kill my cards. Just like once, at one time, just don't kill my monster because I really wanted it on the battlefield. I could actually play a red land. Black land number 2 is not very useful either. And a blue land. Kinda interesting seeing how many people's sleep schedules are obviously screwed if they are here now and 13 hours ago. Very interesting, I agree. Oh, I was ready to dispute their spiral, but no spiral has been cast. One plays removal, It's not the fact that they play removal, it's the fact that they have it for my Jace on turn 2. That part is more annoying to me. Land. Thanks. Actually, maybe I could have played the Lurus. Or the just a dispute up. Land. Fotsies is interesting. I think we'll take Fotsies too. Okay, so their hand is just removal and a Fotsies. Maybe I have overestimated the value of Ethergas against their deck, seeing their Esper hand. I can trade Fotsies or take the Yorion. If they Fotsies me, it's no biggie, but maybe some later on it's gonna be biggie. I think I'll take the Yorion though. You're not gonna play it in the near future, but it's most likely to be a problem. I don't know. No biggie. I lied about going to work. Nice. Okay, land chat. Land. I said land. Sometimes when I work from home, I don't actually do any work. Yeah, so do I. Just play games all day. We're under 5 minutes actually. Good draw, thanks. Thanks, deck. Sometimes I pull on it so hard I rip the skin. Interesting. The disputes are not very valuable anymore, but my opponent kills the chase, we get to dig again. And maybe the disputes are gonna be valuable at some point. You could also use release on this actually. Actually, let's do that. Fork, knife, plate. Wow, nice song. You got to win in 4 minutes, chat. Let's prepare. Rather, let's clench our buttocks. Oh no, kill my Jason response, sure. If we draw Tibalt, I will simply cast Tibalt instead of casting Valki soon. Because I still have the Fotsis in their hand, so that's worth remembering probably. But very patient on the Fotsis. Another Ethergast. Fotsis. Jace. Fotsis. Take your Fotsis. Play this. Should I drown the push? I think I should. Okay, let's not drown that. 3 minutes. Still no Tibalts with all of those digs either. Win conditions are overrated. Sure. Mystical Dispute is not so great right now. What caused my opponent to want to cast it right now? I could have YOLO'd the Valki actually, and then we excel there, bring to light. I like the release card. Well, it's the combo part of the deck. Did another one? Is it the Scribeback? Live on stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to double dispute. And they have a push DK in their hand. Fortunately, we haven't found a threat. I guess we minus the Tibalt, right? Then we're gonna have a threat. 2 minutes. Kinda slow. Do you have anything PTL can get? I might have a Jace, but I don't think it's good to get it. Drop release? Yeah, I'm not sure if I should have. This is my hand, by the way. Now off value, am I going to get the off back, right? You own and control, you cannot excel the off. Taking my time out, unfortunately. Oh, come on, you sneaky little. Yeah, offs deal damage too, that's true. I'm just trying to time me out actively. Alright, chat. Time to clench. Can't push a Yorion. I mean, you can, but... Okay, we won. Will we get there in time? Alright. Some advanced tactics on my opponent's part in those last few minutes that required my full attention. But damage has been dealt. Yorion plus 2 was exactly like enough of a clock to finish off my opponent, so pretty bad clenching. I think I like the deck. I 4-vote in the prelim with it. I think there is a lot of improvements to be done. We haven't played against any aggro decks, only against slow decks. Against slow decks, the plan was fairly quick, and it was pretty nice in post-board games because you could have, like, you have the late game of 7 mana Planeswalker that wins a game, and you have the like early game of sometimes being able to cast this on turn 3. It was pretty fragile, but it was actually the weirdest in game once against other control decks when people had a lot of ways to kill your Valki, which they inevitably had to board down on in post-board games, or like be punished more so for them because you were more prepared to play the longer game. They get sport negates, and as you see, like my Niv opponent in the third game with a bunch of fatal pushes and decays in hand, which didn't do anything at the end because I just hardcast Tibalt. Yeah, I think I would probably forego Lurus for some sideboard more expensive cards. You can play Narset, you can play Ashiok. That's pretty okay. The Valki stuff seems meh. TS and Dig, though, those cards aren't bad. That's true. You can play Shark Typhoon, you can play Shark Typhoon. I know they found out the card in Modern and Pioneer it's more appropriate power level wise, but Shark Typhoon is the best when you have ramp in your deck. How do you feel about release? It's possible that you just don't want to care about playing release, or you just want to play 2, 1 or 2. Destroying multiples was kinda bad. Being able to dig into a 5 mana Valki was somewhat okay. I mean, I don't know how much of my wins came from the fact that I was playing Blue-Black Control and how much of my wins came from the fact that I had the cheesy combo in my deck. I think JVP wasn't the greatest overall, and it's possible that it's not desirable. I understand why it's in this exact version, because you want to have an alternative creature that would draw your opponent's removal towards yourself, and then you are more likely to survive with Valki and cast release on it.